So everybody has taken their graduation pictures and stuff.
Miss, for arts discipline, yes, miss, we have.
Okay. So Alas, are you graduating?
Miss, only 10 of us.
Okay. So how the graduation is going to be an online?
Yes, miss, on August 16th, miss, at 3 p.m. you'd say.
So you guys will be at school while persons stay home and watch it?
No, miss, they said that we will be home. Just watch it on Zoom.
Oh, so what they're gonna do? Put up your pictures.
Yes, miss.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. So how much is the graduation package?
Miss, they still haven't told us that yet.
Okay, because I saw you taking pictures. I thought you would have to pay before. Okay, good, good. All right. All right, cool. We're at number 25, so we're going to continue. I want us to finish this today. We have one more paper to do. And remember, next week is the last class. All right, so which of the following is not an example of commercial data processing? Miss Anissa, you know you have to talk today, right? Because I just you and Samantha. So you can't leave Samantha to answer everything.
Miss, would it be a budgeting?
No. Read the question. Look at the question.
Miss, forecasting hurricane?
Yes, that is correct. Was that Sanisi? Are you same one, Samantha?
No, miss, it was me, Samantha.
Okay. Alright, so that would be the only possible answer there. Because remember, forecasting a hurricane would have to do with weather, so that would come under scientific data processing. So that means still don't go and read the notes. Alright, advantages of information processing includes retraining of staff, less human intervention, increasing the amount of equipment needed, reduction of face-to-face interaction.
Reduction of face-to-face interaction.
Mm, reduction of face-to-face. Ah, I don't think so. Yes, that's
Miss,
true though,
B,
innit?
less human
That's true.
intervention?
Yeah, it would be less human intervention because remember now that with information processing, it's more of a computerized thing where you don't require a lot of manual labor. Because you know, when a lot of persons doing things, it can lead to a lot of mistakes. So with the information processing, you have less human intervention, as in less humans intervening in what is being done. All right, which of the following is neither a validation or verification check? Is it
Miss,
A?
a storage media check?
Correct. Number 28, which of the processing systems will use sequential file ordering? Which of these would use sequential? All right, so let me tell you the difference between these. Batch processing is, say for example, you have a body of things of information for people to process. But how it's done is that it does it in batches. You know, batches means like a group, right? So it has that group A, group B, group C, group D, and then each of them are processed the same time. Each batch is processed together, right? Real-time processing now is when the processing is being done immediately. So as you do it, it's done, right? It's done in real time, instantly. Transaction processing now, you know, that has to do with day-to-day transactions like bank transactions, whether you're withdrawing or lodging money and so on. And online processing is quite similar to real time because online processing could, an example could be like if you're booking a hotel room online, that would be both online processing and real time processing. So the question now is which of those would be sequential, and we know sequential goes in order one by one. Which one you think would be sequential?
Should it be batch processing?
I wouldn't say batch because remember batch use clusters, use groups, and then send each group to be processed. But remember now in a sequential mean it's being done one behind the other, one at a time, going through one, then two, then three, then four, just continue.
Transaction process. Okay.
Transaction processing would be correct. Thank you. Who is that? I
Yes.
didn't know somebody else
Governance.
was on. Okay. So the answer is indeed transaction processing. Because you know when transactions are taking place, it's one transaction at a time, right?
Yes, miss.
Alright, which of the following errors refer to typing a word with two letters switched? What error would that be? You're typing up something in type a word and two letters are switched up in the word.
Transposition. D.
What did you say?
Transposition.
Alright. Are you just guessing or you know what transposition is?
Guessing.
You're guessing. But don't guess. Think about it. You're typing a word and two letters are switched. It could be a mistake, right? Because you wouldn't type a word and switch letters purposely. What kind of error would that be? Some guys are not taking too long to answer the questions. That's why we can't finish.
Is B typographical?
Alright. Alright, so I am kind of between the two, right? So I'm between transposition because if you've done transposition in English, you know that that's when you have exchanging the position of two things. And a typographical error is when you make a mistake. So what to do? Oh, I don't even know. This question probably not even structured properly. I'm going to stick to typographical because the question didn't say that you change it purposely, like the letters were switched purposely. And that would have been transposition, right? So I'm sticking to a typographical error. All right. Vera is taking an online class and is required to enter her password twice. This process is called, told you this yesterday,
Verification, miss?
verification, correct. Which of the following statements is untrue? Not true, no, we know. Untrue.
D. Data is always meaningful
Good. Why is that not true?
because data isn't meaningful.
Exactly. So data is not meaningful. Data is unprocessed. Doesn't make any sense as is. So that could not be true. Which of the following checks is not a validation technique?
Reasonableness.
Told you all this yesterday. Even though it's a few of you, Joel wasn't here yesterday, but Samantha and Sunny, so not yesterday, Tuesday. And I pay attention. The answer is double entry. Remember, you have verification checks and you have validation checks. There are two types of verification checks, double entry and proofreading. Those are verification checks. Validation check, now you have about 8 of them. Range check, consistency check, reasonableness check, data type check, length check, etc. A document used for the initial recording of data relating to business transactions is called. So when you were learning information processing, you learned about types of documents. You have turnaround documents, you have source documents. That basically gave you the two options that would be the answer. Anybody, somebody, time.
Turnaround.
Incorrect. So that means then that
First document.
source. All right, so notice the question says, and the reason why you don't know is because you haven't read your handouts on information processing. You're not studying. So the types of documents, turnaround document, source document. The difference is that a source document is a document where you get the initial data from. So say, for example, your registration for school, your registration form would be a source document because at school, they take that document and use it to update your data on the school management system. So the registration form would be a source document. Any kind of form would be source document. When you go to a doctor's office and you get the form to fill out if it's your first time, that would be a source document. All right. When you go to the bank and you fill out a withdrawal slip, source document. No, a turnaround document, no. That document is not the initial document. That's a document that is sent out, say, for example, to a customer. Let me say it like this before. So turn around. If you turn around, you go around 360 degrees, right? So turning around is a document that goes from one point to the next and then go back to the sender. So the sender, say for example, JPS, sends you your light bill. So the light bill would be a turnaround document. The customer receives the light bill. There is a portion on the bottom of the light bill that the customer fills out, takes that to Paymaster wherever they go to pay the bill at JPS. JPS then now basically receives back that document and then update the system to say this person has paid their bill. Making sense? Understand?
Yes, yes.
So so any kind of bill would be like a turnaround document. Excuse me.
Okay.
Browsers let you dash HTML files, edit, view, create, or delete. So a web browser, which can
View me.
view, very good. Because you can't see the HTML code because it's not you make the website, right? So you can only view them. The header of a web page usually contains header of a web page. Come guys, a web page is like a single page on a website. You go on a website to buy something. You go on Amazon. What do you normally find in the header? What is always at the top?
Is B a logo or company name?
Yes. I'm not taking too long, man. So a site map on a web page shows the. So, all right, even if you don't know what site map is, use context clues, use common sense. What do you think this would be?
This list of pages on a website.
Everybody agrees? Anybody have a different answer?
Hyperlinks in web page. In the web page.
No. The answer is actually what Samantha said. List of pages. Because remember now, it's a map. When you think about a map, you think about the location of something. So a sitemap would be the list of pages on the website. So would allow you to easily locate the various web pages in the website. Number 37, a bookmark can connect to any of the following except. Do you know what a bookmark is?
Yes, Miss, like when you bookmark a specific like site or page that you want to find back
Okay,
to
good.
ease access.
Very good. So which of those a bookmark could not be applied to? And this answer is very simple.
B.
Huh?
B. An email message.
No, can't you can bookmark an email. When you go in your email, if you want to bookmark something, you click on the star, a star at the in the bars at the top to bookmark that particular
Yes, the
email.
HTML code.
HTML code. First of all, you can't even see the code because it's not you make the website. From you see HTML code, you shouldn't even bother read the rest and answer them because that don't make no sense. All right, the following are all examples of free online web services for creating websites, except. So, which one of these is not a free online website that free online, yeah, web service that you can use to create websites? Operative word, free online.
Word.
Exactly. No taking too long, man. Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word, not the online. So even if you don't know the other ones, you should know that it must be Word because it says free online web service. So yes, we can use Microsoft Word to create websites because that's what we used in class because we don't have good internet. So we didn't use Wix, we didn't use Weebly, we didn't use WebNote, and there are a lot of others that we could have used online. But because the internet service was so poor at school, we decided to just use Microsoft Word. So yes, it can use to create it, but it's not an online source. Which of the following is not a valid data type in Microsoft Access? You must start that a question.
Text.
Miss, date and time.
Peace and peace. Can't manage. This question come on almost every paper. Sunny send up in our mouth from we start. The answer is character. Character is a programming language data type. How many times should I tell you that, guys? Microsoft Access has a set of data types. Programming language have a set of data types. Microsoft Access data types: text, date and time, author number, just number by itself, memo, what's the other one? Currency. That would be if you're going to put in money. But programming language, no, integer, real, character, string, do not mix them up. All right. The object that is used to produce a list of records that meet a particular criterion is called,
Query.
A query.
correct, from here, criteria, query. The correct database syntax for a field called price, which calculates 10% of the cost of an item in a field name cost, is, so to calculate the price, what would you type in the field in Microsoft Access to get the answer? All right, so we do the process of, you're going to answer, Joel?
This was a D.
D. No,
Miss
D is,
C.
neither of you are correct. The answer is actually B. But let's see, let's do the process of elimination. So I don't know how many you remember them something here, you know, but you would have learned this. Even on your SBA, you had to calculate the person's age. No, D is completely out because it doesn't have any square brackets and it must have square brackets. So that's why D is completely out. So we know it's between the three of these. However, the end, you don't normally put, when you're doing calculations in database, you don't put square brackets around the numbers at all. The C is out. When we're doing the calculation also, we don't type 10%, you convert it to its decimal format. So that is out, so the answer is B. Please to remember these things. Go back and watch the videos on YouTube after we finish so you can, because you know not remember anything. Which of the following characteristics must two database tables have in order for them to be linked?
A.
Miss A, at least one common attribute name.
Good. In creating a query, a student enters the following criteria for the date field. The output will show days. So which days will the output show here?
Miss B, from 11
B.
to 14.
From the
11
11
to
to 14.
7.
correct. Which of the following sequences of steps is correct for deleting a field in a database? So in database, you have the fields first name, last name, date of birth, address, class, parent name, parent number. You have all of those fields, right, in a database. Which of these would be the correct way to delete a field? So say you want to delete first name. What's the steps? It should be the correct steps to do that.
It's B.
Correct. So you open the table in design view, select row that you want to be deleted. Wait, row. Oh yeah. Choose the delete row option. Choose yes to confirm deletion. All right. So A not even make no sense. Choose the delete row option. Where are you going to choose it? C, select row to be deleted and right click. It's not the row you want to delete it. It's basically the column of the heading. So you'd have to go in design view in order to see it as a row. Although I don't want to confuse you, but if you remember database, you would know what I'm talking. And D is out of it as well. All right, last question. Information produced from queries and tables in a specific format that can be printed from a database is called
A report.
It's a report.
correct. All righty. Good, good. So we're finished with that one and we're going to start the next paper. All right, first thing. Here's the next one, revision sheet. All right, so we are at this one now. Can somebody read the question, please? Number one.
The exposure of a computer to the possibility of theft or damage is called an.
All right, by the way, these questions come from, before we continue, these questions come from the topics social and economic impact of information and communications technology, Microsoft Word, and spreadsheet. The social and economic impact of information and communications technology. That means how does technology impact the social and economic aspects of our lives, right? Does it make it better? Does it make it worse? Under this topic also you have computer crimes coming out like hacking, scamming, industrial espionage, all of those things, and I think you got that on a PowerPoint in grade 10, and I also resent it in the grade 11 group, and I sent all the topics that we would have covered. So please to read, because that was one of the new topics, including the the paper that we did before this is mostly the new topics on it as well. So please, you have to practice them and read those topics. All right, so number one, what you said the answer would be?
C.
C, as in it's vulnerable.
Yes, miss.
You agree? I'm not even ask Anita, call. Anita not answer anything. Samantha?
Yes, Miss, that's what I said. C.
Okay. So why it couldn't be attack? Why it couldn't be threat? Why it couldn't be countermeasure?
This the reason why I said vulnerability is because it says exposure. Yes, so you're being exposed to different things.
Okay. So you're using up context clues. All right, good. Number two, the computer-related professional who posts messages using Twitter and Facebook and sends mass emails to clients is a number two.
Miss, social media specialist.
Correct. And we have 4 minutes. So you know when it cuts off, I'll send the link so we can continue. Place the following elements in the correct order to represent the stages in cybersecurity. All right, so this kind of stems back with number one.
D would be the answer.
What's D?
Vulnerability, threat, attack, and countermeasure.
Okay, very good. So first, the system would be vulnerable. Once hackers or whoever find out the system is vulnerable, then you know there's a threat, poses a threat to the system. And then of course, an attack, as in say it's a hacker trying to steal information, the attack would be launched, and then the countermeasures would be what the person would do to protect or to prevent, well, to protect this from happening, or yeah, countermeasure is to counter the problem. Number four, the use of websites or email messages to try to trick you into entering your personal information is known as
Phishing.
Phishing.
phishing. Is correct. The use of technology to observe a user's action, often without the user's knowledge, is known as
A.
Unauthorized
Unauthorized
access.
access.
correct. There's a student questionnaire already, man. Using devices to monitor users' communication without their permission is called.
Electronic eavesdrop.
Electronic eavesdropping.
Want to see question them already?
No, Miss, but
So just
because
comment
I
it.
see the easiest part.
Okay. 7. The following statements can be used to describe the 3 main types of viruses, except that they.
A.
Amen.
The following statements can be used to describe the 3 main types of viruses, except that they.
A. Are carried by a database file.
Why? Why do you say that?
Because
Why you say that, Joel?
the rest of them could be the answer.
Why? Why do you say A, Samantha? All right, guys, it's going to cut off, so let's just continue. I'm going to send the link. All right,
Yes,
just take it
Let me
take time, please.